5 Stoic Lessons to Never Lower Yourself Again. Learn to be important. Stoicism. There comes a moment in life when you realize that constantly lowering yourself for others slowly erodes your confidence, your dignity, and your peace of mind. Many people spend years trying to please everyone, hoping it will earn them respect, love, or acceptance. But Stoic philosophy teaches something powerful: the more you abandon yourself to satisfy others, the less seriously people take you. True importance does not come from begging for approval. It comes from self-respect, inner strength, and clarity about your worth. When you understand this, your presence changes. People begin to see you differently because you finally see yourself differently. If you enjoy content that helps you grow stronger mentally and emotionally, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the lessons that can transform your mindset and your life. Self-respect is the foundation of every powerful life. Stoics believe that your value should never depend on how others treat you. Instead, it should come from how you carry yourself and what you stand for. When you start respecting your time, your energy, and your boundaries, something remarkable happens. You stop tolerating behaviors that once made you feel small. This does not mean becoming arrogant or cold, it means understanding that your dignity is not negotiable. Many people lose themselves because they want to be liked. But the truth is, the moment you stop chasing approval, people begin to respect you more. Living with self-respect means walking away from situations that drain you and choosing environments that align with your growth. This is one of the most powerful Stoic lessons you can adopt. Another important Stoic lesson is learning to control your reactions instead of trying to control people. Many individuals lower themselves by arguing, over-explaining, or reacting emotionally to every little thing. Stoicism teaches that your power lies in how you respond, not in forcing others to behave the way you want. When you remain calm and composed, even in difficult situations, you show strength that cannot be ignored. People often expect reactions, drama, or emotional outbursts. When they do not get it from you, they begin to see that you operate on a different level. This quiet confidence is a form of influence. Over time, it builds a reputation that you are not easily shaken or manipulated. And that alone increases your importance in any environment. Another lesson from Stoicism is understanding that not everyone deserves access to you. One of the biggest reasons people feel disrespected is because they allow the wrong individuals too close to their lives. Stoics valued wisdom in choosing relationships. They understood that the company you keep shapes your mindset, your habits, and even your future. When you begin to limit access to those who drain your energy or disrespect your values, you create space for better connections. This is not about cutting everyone off or becoming isolated. It is about protecting your peace and surrounding yourself with people who respect your presence. When others realize that your time and attention are not easily given, they start to treat you with more value. Another powerful Stoic lesson is learning the strength of silence. Many people lower themselves by constantly trying to prove their worth, defend themselves, or respond to every criticism. But Stoicism teaches that silence can be a form of power. Not every comment deserves your attention. Not every challenge deserves your response. Sometimes the strongest move is simply continuing your path without engaging in unnecessary battles. When you stop explaining yourself to people who already misunderstand you, you reclaim your energy. Over time, this creates a powerful aura around you. People begin to realize that you are focused, disciplined, and not easily distracted. This kind of presence naturally commands respect. Another Stoic lesson that can transform your life is focusing on personal growth rather than validation. Many people spend years trying to prove themselves to others who may never truly appreciate them. Stoics believe that your energy is better spent improving your character, knowledge, and discipline. When you work on becoming better every day, your confidence grows naturally. You do not need to tell people how important you are. Your actions will show it. Growth also changes how people perceive you. The person who once ignored you may suddenly notice your progress. The people who underestimated you may start to respect your dedication. But the most important change is internal. You no longer depend on recognition because you know your value. It is also important to understand that people treat you based on what you allow. This is one of the hardest truths to accept, but it is also one of the most empowering. If you constantly accept disrespect, people assume it is acceptable. Stoicism encourages you to set quiet but firm boundaries. Boundaries are not about aggression, they are about clarity. When someone crosses a line, you calmly show them that you do not tolerate certain behaviors. Over time, this shapes how others approach you. The moment people realize you cannot be easily manipulated or taken for granted, they start treating you differently. Your standards become visible without you needing to announce them. Another powerful insight from Stoicism is learning to detach from the opinions of others. Many individuals lower themselves because they are afraid of being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. But the truth is, no matter what you do, people will always have opinions. Stoics understood that the only opinion that truly matters is the one you have about your own actions and character. When you stop letting outside voices control your decisions, you gain freedom. You start living with confidence and authenticity. This kind of independence is rare, and because it is rare, it makes you stand out in a world where many people constantly seek approval. Patience is another Stoic quality that elevates your importance. People who rush, beg, or chase attention often lose respect without realizing it. But when you move with patience and self-control, you create a sense of stability. Others begin to see you as someone who is grounded and reliable. Stoicism teaches that time reveals everything. You do not need to prove your worth immediately. Instead, focus on building your character consistently. With time, your actions speak louder than words. This steady approach attracts respect naturally rather than forcing it. There is also a Stoic understanding that your peace is more valuable than winning every argument. Many people lower themselves by constantly trying to prove they are right. But Stoics believe that wisdom often means choosing calm over conflict. Not every disagreement deserves your energy. Sometimes the smartest choice is to step back and protect your mental clarity. When people see that you are not easily dragged into unnecessary drama, they begin to treat you differently. Your calm becomes your strength, and your presence becomes more respected. Finally, one of the greatest Stoic lessons is understanding your own worth. Many individuals spend years underestimating themselves, accepting less than they deserve, and staying in situations that do not honor them. Stoicism encourages you to recognize that your value is not determined by someone else's opinion or treatment. Your worth comes from your character, your discipline, and your ability to remain true to yourself. When you fully accept this, something powerful happens. You stop lowering yourself. You stop begging for attention. You stop chasing validation. Instead, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. And when you do that, everything begins to change. People notice your confidence. They respect your boundaries. They see that you operate with purpose and self-control. This is how you become important, not by forcing people to see your value, but by living in a way that naturally reveals it. If you found these Stoic lessons helpful and you want more content that strengthens your mindset, builds confidence, and helps you live with purpose, make sure you subscribe to this channel. There are many more powerful ideas coming that can help you grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Your journey toward a stronger and more respected version of yourself starts here. One truth that many people discover too late is that lowering yourself rarely earns real respect. Instead, it often invites more disregard. Stoic philosophy reminds us that respect begins internally before it is reflected externally. When you decide that your standards matter and your values cannot be compromised, you start changing the way people interact with you. At first, some individuals may resist this new version of you because they were comfortable with the old one who tolerated everything. But this is a sign of growth. Growth often challenges the expectations others had of you. The Stoics believe that your character should never bend simply to make others comfortable. True importance comes from remaining steady in who you are, even when people do not fully understand your transformation. Another powerful lesson is learning to stop overgiving where it is not appreciated. Many people lower themselves because they constantly give time, energy, and effort to individuals who rarely reciprocate. Stoicism teaches balance. It does not mean you should stop being kind or generous, but it means your kindness should not come at the cost of your self-worth. When you begin to notice where your energy is being wasted, you gain clarity. You start investing more in your growth, your goals, and the relationships that truly matter. Over time, people begin to notice that your attention is no longer easily available, and that naturally increases the value of your presence. Sometimes lowering yourself happens quietly without you realizing it. It appears in the small moments when you ignore your instincts just to keep peace. Stoics believe that your inner voice often knows when something is not right. Ignoring it repeatedly can lead to frustration and regret. When you learn to trust your judgment, you move through life with more confidence. This confidence does not come from arrogance but from clarity. You begin to stand firm in your decisions without constantly seeking validation from others. That shift alone can transform the way people perceive you. Another Stoic insight that can change your life is understanding that your time is extremely valuable. Many people lower themselves by allowing others to waste their time with negativity, gossip, or meaningless conflicts. Stoicism encourages you to treat time as one of your most precious resources. When you start protecting it, you naturally become more focused and intentional. People begin to notice that you are not easily distracted and that your priorities are clear. This discipline builds quiet respect around you because others see that you value your life and where it is heading. There is also a Stoic mindset that teaches the power of emotional independence. When your happiness depends entirely on how others treat you, it becomes easy to lower yourself just to maintain relationships or approval. But when you develop emotional independence, your stability comes from within. You are able to remain calm even when people behave unpredictably. This stability makes you stronger mentally and emotionally. It also changes how others interact with you because they can no longer control your mood or influence your self-worth. Another lesson many Stoics practiced was observing people before trusting them deeply. Not everyone who enters your life deserves immediate loyalty or access to your inner world. When you slow down and truly observe actions instead of just listening to words, you gain wisdom. This helps you avoid situations where you might feel undervalued or taken advantage of. Over time, this careful approach builds stronger relationships because the people who remain in your life are those who truly respect you. You also need to understand that growth sometimes requires distance. Stoics often spoke about removing yourself from environments that weaken your character. If you constantly find yourself lowering your standards to fit into a group, it may be a sign that the environment is not aligned with your growth. Choosing a different path can feel uncomfortable at first, but it often leads to a stronger and more meaningful life. When you stop shrinking yourself to belong, you begin expanding into your true potential. Another powerful shift happens when you stop explaining your value to people who refuse to see it. Stoicism teaches that your actions should speak louder than your arguments. When you focus on improving your habits, your discipline, and your mindset, your life gradually reflects that change. Instead of trying to convince people of your importance, you simply become someone whose presence carries weight. Over time, those who underestimated you begin to recognize the difference. Many people also lower themselves by constantly seeking reassurance. While support from others can be helpful, depending too much on external validation can weaken your confidence. Stoics believe that self-reflection is a powerful tool. When you regularly evaluate your actions, your decisions, and your progress, you develop a deeper understanding of yourself. This self-awareness helps you grow without constantly needing approval. As your confidence strengthens, people naturally begin to treat you with more respect. Another important Stoic reminder is that you cannot control how people see you, but you can control how you present yourself. Carrying yourself with calm, clarity, and purpose sends a powerful message. Even when challenges arise, maintaining composure shows inner strength. This is something many people admire and respect. Over time, your reputation becomes built on consistency and character rather than words alone. Sometimes becoming more important in life simply means becoming more disciplined. Stoics valued discipline because it builds trust, both within yourself and with others. When you follow through on your goals, keep your promises, and remain committed to improvement, you stand out in a world where many people give up easily. Discipline quietly elevates your presence. It shows that you are serious about your life and your direction. Another Stoic truth is that the less you chase attention, the more respect you often gain. People who constantly seek recognition sometimes lose their authenticity. But when you focus on meaningful work and personal growth, recognition tends to follow naturally. Your energy becomes centered on building something valuable rather than trying to appear valuable. This mindset creates long-term impact and influence. It is also important to remember that setbacks do not reduce your worth. Everyone experiences moments of failure, rejection, or disappointment. Stoics believe these moments are opportunities to build resilience. Instead of lowering yourself during difficult times, you can use them to strengthen your mindset. Each challenge you overcome adds depth to your character and prepares you for greater opportunities ahead. Another lesson worth understanding is that confidence grows through action, not just thinking. Many people know they should stop lowering themselves, but change requires consistent effort. Small changes in behavior, boundaries, and mindset gradually transform your life. Over time, these changes compound and create a powerful shift in how you see yourself and how others respond to you. The moment you decide to value yourself more, you begin rewriting the story of your life. You no longer settle for less than what aligns with your values and growth. This decision alone can completely change your future. Stoicism teaches that a meaningful life is built through daily choices that strengthen your character and protect your dignity. If you are still watching this video, it means you are someone who wants to grow stronger and more respected in life. And that is exactly what this channel is here for. Make sure you subscribe to this channel right now so you do not miss the powerful Stoic lessons that can transform your mindset and help you become the best version of yourself. Your journey toward confidence, discipline, and true importance is just getting started, and there is much more to learn ahead.